Honeycomb is an observability platform that lets you analyze all of the data in your logs and traces really fast. But what graphs are useful? AI is helpful here. I click on Canvas, that's our in-app AI assistant, and type a question in the box. How is our app responding? Canvas figures out what environment and what services are interesting, and it comes up with some queries to check what's going on. It runs those queries, and the results show up next to the conversation for me to see. Then it does what AI does best and tells a story about what's happening. In this case, it found some increased latency. Let's investigate that. Honeycomb works really well with AI because from our start in 2016, we built on the principle that everyone should be able to run any query over any attribute in log or trace data, and everything should be fast. So when I say, investigate this latency, the AI can ask whatever it likes, get a result, and iterate. Which routes are slow? Is this normal? What is special about the slow ones? Query failed? Try again. We built Honeycomb for people to ask successive questions without losing attention, but now AI is even more effective at running a dozen queries a minute. Every graph has logs or traces as the source data, so it can find a trace and dig into it to find the cause of the slowness. Here, it's looking for a slow trace ID, and then it's loading the trace, and then it's zooming in on just the checkout part, and pretty soon, boom, it's found its root cause. So Canvas figures out what's happening, it gives me a narrative, and it shows me evidence. With AI, it is crucial to check its work. So we can click into any of these graphs and check that the query is correct. We can drill into the source data in a trace waterfall and see for ourselves that it's get discounts that's so slow. And then we can explore in log lines. Follow your curiosity. But here, I think Canvas is right. The problem is in checkout. It's this get discounts taking too long. To get further than that, we need code. Let's pivot into the IDE. Here, I'm in VS Code with Copilot. I have the source code for the app that's sending data to Honeycomb. I also have the Honeycomb MCP configured so that Copilot, or this could be any AI agent, Copilot can run queries too. I ask it, can you see the problem with checkout latency in Honeycomb? See if you can find the problem in the code. It looks around at what's available. It runs some queries. Honeycomb's MCP is specially tuned to communicate efficiently. It responds with a combination of text, CSV, JSON, and ASCII art to get the information across with minimum tokens. Here in the MCP, I don't get the graphs automatically like in Canvas, but I can ask the agent for a link to the query. Okay, now it sees the problem, it sees the N+1 query, and it's looking for get discounts in the code. Then it's looking into some variables. It shows us the specific code with the problem, does some whole analysis of how this resulted in a latency spike, and finally suggests a couple fixes. The MCP combines production knowledge with code, and your agent can bring it all together. Or use Canvas inside Honeycomb, and you get all the pretty graphs. Both are based on Honeycomb's very fast querying, and every person and agent in your organization gets this power.